In this video, I'm gonna show you how to create this product card with this cool hover effects, and it is also responsive like this, and we also have the glass background. So let's get into it. So in the project folder, I have this background image. You can find the link in the description, and this product image index.html file with the boilerplate, and style.css, just reset some margin and padding. And for this little icons, we're gonna need box icons. So get up to this website, click on usage, scroll down, copy this one, and paste it right under here. And let's also open this with Live Server. So if you look at the finished version, we have this container, and inside this container we basically have two parts, so two columns. This part, the one on the left, has the image inside, and the one on the right has the information and the buttons. So this is basically going to be a grid with two columns. So first, let's create that container. And as I said, we have two columns inside, column 1 and column 2. And the first one is gonna have the image. So let's create another div, and inside we're gonna put the product image. And the column 2 is gonna have the information. So let's create a div for that, product info. For the product name, we're gonna create a h3. And for the rating, the star icons, we're gonna create another div called rate, and we're gonna put the 5 stars inside. And right under this div, we're gonna create a paragraph tag for the price, a span for the stock information. We're gonna make it strong. And again, another span for the brand. Gonna make that one strong too. Gonna put a break between and the description part. And right under this, we're gonna create a lorem text. It looks like this now. And right under this div, we are going to create a button box. So the first one is gonna be the buy button. And we're gonna have a icon inside here. And under this, another one for the favorites. Another space for the icon. And that is it with the HTML. So let's find the icons. So first, let's look up for the star. Gonna copy the font, copy this one, and paste it inside the rate div. And let's give it a ID of star as well. And this one, gonna give it a ID of star as well. It looks like this now. And for the buttons, first we're gonna look for a bag. Let's copy this one, paste it inside. And for the favorites, we're gonna look for a heart. Let's copy this one. Let's see how it looks. It looks like this. And we are done with the HTML. So let's style it. So first we're gonna make the image smaller and give it a little border radius. And we want everything to be in the center. So we're gonna make the body a display flex. and center everything using align items center, justify content center. And we're gonna give it a minimum height 100 VH to make it cover the whole page. And let's set the background image, no repeat and center. And we're gonna make it cover the page with background size cover. And the product container, as I said, this is going to be a grid, display grid. And we are going to create 2 columns inside this container, which is going to be easy because we already created 2 different parts. So this first column is going to be on the left, and this second column, which has the information, is going to be on the right. So let's create the columns using grid template columns and repeat 2 1 fr. So we created 2 columns with equal space. So both of these columns are taking same space inside this one parent div. And let's give it a little border radius, a little border. So I'm gonna copy and paste some colors. You can pause the video and type the same. Background color. And we're gonna create the glass effect using blur. And we're gonna set the width to 750 and height to 530. So column 1, the one on the left, the one holds the image. We're gonna center it by making it a flexbox. Align item center to center it vertically, and justify content center to center it horizontally, like this. And the other column is gonna be a flexbox too. I'm gonna give it a little padding, 50 and 10. So we have 50 pixels of space at the top and the bottom, and 10 pixels of space on the left and on the right. And we're gonna say align items baseline. And baseline is basically this line on the very left. I'm gonna say justify content space between to put some space between the items. So we have the buttons on the right because we made it a flexbox and we didn't change the flex direction. And a flexbox has a default flex direction of row, so it automatically puts everything side by side. And we are going to change it by saying flex direction column, like this. So this image is still not entirely in the center, and we are going to center it. So product image, again center everything with align item center and justify content center. And the button box, we're gonna put them side by side by making a flex box and center everything again. And we're gonna put a small space between them. And let's style the buttons. Gonna give it a padding 10 pixel 20, border radius 8 pixels, cursor pointer, font size 14 pixels. Gonna increase the font weight to 600 and a little transition for the hover effect. So the first one, the buy button. So we are going to make this a flexbox as well. Align items center. A little gap between the text and the icon. A transparent border. Background white and text color black. And when you hover over it, gonna make the background transparent, text color white, and a white border. So let's see if it works. It looks fine. And the favorites button, same with the other. Gonna align the text and the icon, create a little gap. Gonna make the background color transparent, text color white, a white border. And when you hover over it, Gonna make the background color white and text black. Let's see. There you go. And let's style those texts as well. Increase the font size to 28. Gonna make all the text white. Gonna give it a really high font weight. Paragraphs, 20 pixels of font size with the color white. Spans are gonna be white as well. So we still have some texts that are side by side and they are so close to each other, and we're gonna fix it by making the product info div a flex box. I'm gonna set everything to flex start. We're gonna align the text on the left and change the flex direction to column and a little more gap. There you go. So let's style the icons. The stars are gonna be this nice yellow. Cursor pointer and a little transition for the hover effect. So when you hover over it, we're going to create this nice little glowing effect. So this is one yellow box shadow, and we are going to make it go even further by creating another one like this. And let's see. There you go. So same thing with the heart. Font size 20, color red, transition, and when you hover over it, gonna make the text shadow 0025 and 0050. And it is not gonna work because we didn't give the heart ID to this icon. So we are done with the styling. It looks like this, but it is not responsive yet. So in the viewport, when you hit 950 pixels, we're gonna make the product container only one column. So if you remember, we have two columns. We have two side-by-side columns, and when the viewport gets smaller, we are going to reduce it to one column. And we're also going to lower the width to 550, decrease the padding as well, height automatic, and a little space at the top and the bottom. And the second column, padding 20, 25. So this description part have 20 pixels of space at the top and the bottom, and 25 on the sides. And the product info section, we're gonna align everything in the center like this, and we're gonna increase the span, font size to 16, and the button box is gonna have 1.5 em space at the top and the bottom, and automatic on the sides. So let's see if it's working. There you go. Everything is in the right place. Hover effects work. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.